It's true, Ledger's co-founder and his wife were kidnapped and held captive, and as horrifying as this story is, it holds an important lesson that every crypto investor needs to hear. But here's the thing, this isn't the first time something like this has happened in crypto, and it definitely won't be the last. So in this video, we're breaking down exactly what happened, why it matters, and what this means for the rest of us who own crypto. To understand why this kidnapping happened, we need to rewind to where it all began, and trust me, this story isn't just interesting, but it's crucial to know exactly why and how this happened so that we can protect ourselves, our family, and our crypto. Meet David Bollinger. In 2014, he launched a platform called ChronoCoin. It was a simple idea. Let people buy Bitcoin with their credit card and have it delivered to their doorstep on a hardware wallet. It didn't take long for David to realize that there was a massive demand for secure physical cold storage. That's when he co-founded Ledger, the company that would go on to dominate the crypto wallet industry. Within a year, David raised $1.3 million from a Paris-based venture capitalist to fuel Ledger's rapid growth. And by 2017, just 2 years later, Ledger had sold over 1 million hardware wallets, cementing itself as the industry leader. And today, Ledger has raised over $575 million across 6 funding rounds. And with immense success comes a lot of attention, and sometimes that's unwanted attention. In 2021, David left Ledger to focus on other blockchain ventures, but despite moving on, he's still best known as a co-founder of one of the world's greatest crypto companies. Now, here's where things took a turn for the worst. David had a habit of sharing glimpses of his luxurious lifestyle online, including a picture of his nice new house. And that kind of exposure caught the attention of the wrong people. A French gang took notice and they started plotting. Then it happened. On Tuesday, January 21st, kidnappers stormed David's home in central France. They took him and his wife, splitting them up and driving them to separate locations. Their goal? Crypto. Not just a little, they were after a fortune. But then things took an even darker turn. Another Ledger co-founder, Eric Lashevic, alerted authorities after receiving a video of David's mutilated finger. The gang that had kidnapped David and his wife were using a WhatsApp account tied to a number in Southeast Asia to communicate, masking their identities with a VPN. To buy time and to track the kidnappers, investigators sent them 1 Bitcoin worth about $105,000 at the time. By Wednesday, the very next day, this story had exploded on social media, and that same day, French authorities stopped a stolen car they believed was connected to the case. After arresting the driver, they used his phone to trace another device in a nearby town, about 45 minutes from where the kidnapping occurred. This is where authorities found David safe, but missing a finger. However, there was still one major problem. His wife was still missing. It wasn't until the following day, on Thursday, that police finally tracked down David's wife in a car south of Paris. Thankfully, she was only bound and unharmed. At the end of all this, authorities ended up arresting 10 suspects who are a part of a larger criminal organization, and thankfully, David and his wife made it out safely. But here's the thing, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. In fact, this physical attack is known as the $5 wrench attack. Well, now with inflation, it's more like the $25 wrench attack, but it's really the same thing. It uses physical force to demand people's crypto, and as crypto continues to gain popularity, we're going to see a lot more of these types of attacks. In fact, this kidnapping marks the 7th physical attack on crypto traders in 2025 alone, and when you look at the full list of known attacks dating all the way back to 2014, it's clear, these attacks are becoming more common as crypto grows in popularity. Also, if you want to check out the full list for yourself, I'll make sure to drop it down in the description for you. But it's not just founders and CEOs of large companies who are being targeted. I mean, sure, there are plenty of those stories too, but also just average everyday people who own crypto are starting to be targeted. In fact, just days after the Ledger kidnapping, a 30-year-old crypto entrepreneur was held captive during a meeting, with the attackers demanding 20,000 euros for his release. Another example comes from a high school dropout who started making some solid money trading crypto back in 2020, but after posting about his new luxurious lifestyle on Instagram, he quickly became a target, and 2 attackers broke into his house, stabbed him, and then robbed him. Or take one of the most messed up stories of them all, a son drugging his own dad to steal over $400,000 in crypto. Seriously, what is wrong with people? I mean, these are just seemingly average people who happen to own some crypto, yet they still have a bounty on their head. All that to say, none of us are really safe, and sure, robbing people isn't anything new, but robbing people for their crypto is new and is going to continue to grow because stealing crypto isn't the same as stealing something physical. You don't have to carry anything, and if done right, it can be a lot harder to trace. And that's why I think criminals are starting to target crypto over more traditional assets like cash, gold, and other expensive stuff. It's easier, and in some cases, it's a lot less risky. But here's the thing I noticed when looking at these targeted attacks, and maybe you noticed it too. Sure, not everyone being attacked is famous or running some big company, but just about everyone who gets targeted seems to have one thing in common. They like to show off in one way or another. A lot of these victims are either straight up telling others that they own crypto, or they're showing off online and making it obvious that they have money. And here's the thing, even if you don't own a ton of crypto, you still have to be cautious. Because when normies hear the word crypto, they instantly think money, like, oh, if you own crypto, you must be rich, or you're going to be rich one day. Only if they knew how broke we really are. But seriously, there's a ton of money in this space. I mean, crypto's total market cap is over $3 trillion now, and criminals want a piece of it. So as crypto becomes more mainstream and more people get into it, we can expect to see more targeted attacks like this one happen to more normal people. Of course, my goal with all these videos is to share ways to protect your crypto. Now, this situation obviously is sensitive and it can be tough, but if I had one piece of advice, it's to stop telling people that you own crypto and stop flexing online, and especially stop flexing in person if you're with people you don't trust. And in the wise words of Zach XBT, be extra mindful of who you share your wins with and meet up with in real life. But physical attacks aren't the only danger. There are plenty of other mistakes that could lead to you losing your crypto. So in this next video, I cover 13 of those mistakes. Make sure to check it out. Thanks for watching. God bless. Peace out.